Finally, we are on track. At nandyan na yung kasama natin, no? Yung magiging guest natin.
Yung taga-GUAM.
Oo. Yung bisita natin ngayon, dual citizen, no? Pwede sa Pinas.
Yun!
Pwede sa Pinas.
Pwede sa US.
Pwede sa GUAM. Pwede sa Pinas. No?
Hindi ba iisa yon?
Isa lang yun, syempre.
I mean, US citizen ba yun? Ganyan sa GUAM?
Oo, US citizen yun. US citizen yun pag ganun. So,
naka-live na ba tayo? Para i-share na natin?
Naka-live na tayo. Pero bago tayo coach, anong pagkakakilala mo dito sa partner natin na si Dual, no? Dual.
Ay, ito. Parang hindi bumabata. Hindi bumabata, hindi tumatanda. So, nakilala ko to sa A-license course natin sa Rizal ba yun? Ultra.
Rizal.
A-license natin nung 2017. Makulit to. Tapos talagang kita mo yung dedication niya sa football. Tapos syempre, former national player natin ito. Kilalang kilala siya. Okay? Yung mga bata siguro ngayon hindi pa, pero mamaya aalamin natin yung background niya. Tapos kung paano siya napunta sa GUAM.
Yan.
Diba? Meron ka namang dyan, ikaw yung
Kailangan natin malaman yun kasi importante yun, no, na makilala to ng mga kababayan natin, no, kung ano yung credentials ng ating guest coach, no. Ngayon, ipapakilala ko na, Coach Aris, huwag natin patagalin, no. Itong coach na guest natin, ang kumpletong pangalan niya Noel Casilao. No? Casilao. Okay, so, ang attachment niya, no, nasa Barotac Nuevo Footballers United Incorporated siya ngayon. No? Technical Director din siya dyan sa Pike Braga Sports Development Foundation. So, very active si Coach Noel. Technical consultant din siya ng Panay Football Association. So, he is also the former head coach ng GUAM women's team. So, mamaya ipapakwento natin sa kanya, Coach Aris, no? Kasi I think siya yung coach na nag-coach sa Pilipinas, national team, at nag-coach sa ibang bansa, which is the GUAM. Okay? So, he's also the head coach ng Philippine men's football team at head coach din siya ng UST men's and women's football team. Naging coach din siya ng PCU, no? Nalaman ko lang din, Coach Aris, na naging coach din siya ng PCU. Okay? Ang team achievement naman ni Coach Noel, Metro Manila UAAP champion. Okay? National UAAP champion din siya. He is AFC license holder, B license, and president siya ngayon ng Transit 10 Philippines Incorporated. So, he's been coaching for 30 plus years. Grabe. So, huwag na natin patagalin, Coach Aris. I-welcome na natin yung partner natin, si Coach Noel.
Coach Noel.
Ayan, nantay po natin si Coach Noel, no? Ang guest po natin ay manggagaling from Iloilo. Iloilo.
Umuwi siya. Umuwi ba siya or nasa GUAM ngayon?
Nasa Iloilo po siya ngayon, no? Siya yung pride ng Iloilo, no? Very active ngayon to sa Panay region. Okay? Coach Noel. Coach Noel, yung video mo naka-off. Para makita yung kagwapuhan mo ng mga ka-footballers natin, no? Mga fans diyan na sumusuporta sa iyo. Nung
ginagamay pa niya. I-click mo yung ako rin nung una eh. Hanapin mo Coach Noel yung
Coach
yung
Noel,
dyan.
Yung video dyan. Nung nakasama ko to si Coach Noel dun sa A-license natin. Ayun! Coach Noel!
Wow! Hi, Coach Mike.
Ayun! Grabe!
Hello.
Batang-bata.
Sorry, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Bata.
Grabe ang tagal makapasok.
Coach, ang importante, nakapasok tayo.
Oo, yun.
Kaya
Pag
nga eh,
nakapasok ka na,
Coach,
madali na.
ang daming nag-aabang sa'yo, no? Kasi ang dami mong fans.
Oo, maraming utang. So I have to, give them a
Maniningil.
shout out.
Ah.
Coach,
Oh.
kumusta yung ano mo ngayon? Kumusta yung situation mo ngayon dyan sa Iloilo? Nasa Iloilo ka ngayon, tama?
Oh, nasa Barotac. Sa Barotac Nuevo nga ako ngayon. So,
Kumusta ka dyan, Coach? Baka maikwento mo naman sa amin. Kumusta yung situation mo? Kumusta yung pamilya mo? Ano ba?
okay.
Diyan.
Bago ko sagutin yan, kasi yung mga makulit ko na mga Mickey Mouse, they want me to give them a shout out. So, but I would start with my friend sa USTFC. So, Mike, mga Mickey Mouse ko dyan na mga players before. So, they're good kids and they're good dad right now. And half a day, you've been to Guam, right? So, Coach Mike been to Guam. And half a day to all my friends in Guam. And I don't know where did Coach Mike happen to get the jersey. It's a kid from my club, Wolverines Soccer Club. Coach Joe, Roberto, half a day. And my friends in Malaysia, Coach Nonoy, Salamat Malam. And si Coach Nonong Mariscal, maray nabanggi tadi sa Indong. And sa Barotac Nuevo, sa Tagailaya, and to all my friends, mayong gabi sa tanan.
Yun.
Sasagutin ko, Coach Mike. So like I said, we cannot run away from the situation right now at this point in time. We are in the crisis. And like I mentioned, everybody is already in the verge of getting mad, starting to a fight or something, but we cannot run away from it. So we have to live with it day to day. And the best thing we're gonna do is to refrain from complaining. Just take good care of yourselves. Just follow the protocol or the guidelines. And, that's it.
Grabe.
Coach Noel, kumusta naman yung pamilya mo ngayon? Kasi wala naman tayong problema sa mga kasama mo ngayon sa bahay, wala naman nakadapuan ng sakit, okay naman sila lahat.
Yeah, the problem right now in the house is my two kids is getting big. They don't want to play around, so they just want to go using the gadget. But we always try to encourage kids to go out and play and go under the sun, because here in Barotac, even our players in the foundation and all the clubs in here, most of them or all of them, even the coaches, they gain weight. Even myself, I gain weight, and so are you, Coach Aris and Coach Mike. I'm sure you too gain weight a lot. I can tell. Right?
Tama.
Aminin.
Aminin. May naano ako Akala ko tapos na yung Englishan natin eh. Sinabihan ko tong si Coach Mike na iwasan mo yung mga foreigner na na guest natin kasi medyo dinugo ako nung last time eh. Si Coach si Coach Noel pala mas parang na-feel ko yung dugo dito eh.
Hindi naman yun kasi in fairness to our friends, we're living in one family of football, and everybody speaks the same language. We have the same heartbeat. Even though you don't speak English that much, but when you're on the pitch or the field, you speak the same language.
Yes.
The language of the beautiful game.
Okay.
Actually,
grabe.
Question ko, Coach Noel, pinag-usapan namin ni Coach Aris kanina. Na-miss ko yung salita mo ng Mickey Mouse no? Mamaya magiging namin yan, Coach. Magiging tanong namin yan.
No.
Mamaya magiging tanong namin yan sa'yo, okay? So, si Coach...
Yeah, sure.
Yung Coach Noel, ewan ko kung napanood mo yung mga previous na kamustahan namin. Yung mga previous na guests. So, wag nating gawing very formal to, Pwede mong ikwento talaga yung mga sikreto mo noon. Kung paano ka naging legend. Kasi yun yung tinitake advantage natin ngayon, yung panahon ngayon na naka-online yung mga bata. Naka-lockdown tayo, wala munang football. So more on kalkalin natin yung mga legend ng Pinoy football. Tapos yung mga recent, syempre, yung mga bata ngayon, di ba? I-inspire natin. So, ang first talagang question namin is, how did you start playing? Kung paano ka ba talaga, paano ka talaga nagsimulang sumipa ng bola. Tapos, ikwento mo talaga yung mga detalye. Tapos, yung inspiration, di ba? Paano ka naging sikat na football player dito sa Pilipinas at napunta dyan sa Guam. So, Coach Noel, please start. We go back. We return. If you can still remember everything.
Okay.
Pag sinare mo
We'll take it one at a time. We'll take it one at a time. Ano ba to? In order. Okay. Paano ka naging player? Or in chronological order ba? Or as long as you know? Okay. First question.
Yeah, it's up to you.
It's up to you.
Paano ako nag-start ng football? Okay. So, one, I was born in the, I'm sure everyone cannot deny it. I was born in Barotac, Nuevo, which gave us the title which we didn't even ask for it. I came from a football environment wherein when I was growing up as a kid, nobody taught us how to kick or strike the ball. I started playing when I was preschool, maybe at the age of 3 or 4, on the street. I grew up in Ilaya Poblacion in Barotac, Nuevo. Typical, peaceful environment, and the stillness of the late afternoon would only be broken because of the yelling of the kids. So we played on the street. Biron, Eugenio Biron Street. That's where I grew up in Ilaya Poblacion. So maybe at the age of 4, because I cannot go to the town plaza. Have you been to Barotac, Coach Aris?
Yes, I've been there.
Okay, so
I did my B license there
right.
for
Okay, so
1 month.
Pretty much, you know the place, right? So we're playing. The pitch or the football field is just in front of the church.
Yes.
The parish of Saint Antonio of Padua. And when we were growing up, we could not even bother to step on the pitch or the field because the older guys or the senior teams, they're watching. I mean, they're playing, and we only have to go watch them play. Okay, so that's where I'm growing up. So meaning, I started playing football in the street. We call it the street football, where, like I said, the small-sided game evolved. So it's a big lesson for me because when I go like in the elementary and then high school and went to college or university, playing football is just normal to us, regardless whether you're under pressure or not. It's just normal. So though, later on we've been introduced by our sports coordinator at the time. He act as our coach, Mr. Tonet Buendia at the time, and then he would allow us to play intercolor with our PE teacher as the overall chairman of the tournament. So we have intercolor at the time. So pretty much it all started from there, and then I went to UPLB 1981 after I graduated high school. I went to UP Los Baños, with my friend Pike Braga, which is also now the founder of the Pike Braga Sports and Development Foundation, wherein I am one of the technical director. And he recruited me. I went to school. We were together with, at the time, Christy Ramos. They were on the women's team of UP Los Baños. So we were in the men's team. So the environment in Barotac when I was growing up, there's no gadget, no iPhone, no phone, no nothing. Only football. When time comes like during Fiesta, UTEC, San Miguel, Army, Air Force would play in the town, in the whole town watching. and we would be the one facing the ball. We're ball boys. So in the screen, that's a church.
Yan ba yung church coach, Noel?
Yes, the Saint
Oo,
Anthony
tapat.
of Padua. That's the church, and I think that's just 4 years ago, 2016 or 2018, when we have the invitational tournament. That's the Ilaya team, Inter Barangay, and also the Barotac Nuevo team. We're in Air Force, the Iloilo. They always have like an invitational tournament in the town. So, and when I was going, because right now it changed, right? The environment in the football environment in Barotac also changed because of the change of time. Before, everybody plays football. Now, because they have a lot of competition, like the gadgets, going to the mall, so it divides the attention. Some goes to the mall, some goes with the parents, some goes on a date, some goes to play with their ML or Call of Duty. So football is like, uh, not neglected, like, so we can call it like there's a competition already.
Yun
Did I
yung
answer your
ano.
question, Coach Arvez?
Yes. Yung ano, kasi there are coaches from provinces. So
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned kasi na you were growing up observing yung football, parang andyan na. And then
Yeah.
nagbo-ball boy kayo sa likod, 'di ba?
Yes.
Tapos
Mm-hmm.
katapat lang ng church mismo yung field. So yung ganun na upbringing, sa tingin mo, yun na mismo yung nag-encourage sa'yo, no? Kasi yung mga provinces natin, gusto natin lahat ng provinces, lahat ng sulok ng barangay dito sa Pilipinas, maging Barotac Nuevo sana. So, ang susunod kong follow-up question doon, kasi ikaw mismo, isa kang halimbawa kung ano yung observation mo. And then recently, pagbalik mo, it's already different. There are lots of distractions. So, sa tingin mo ba, or ano kaya ang napansin mo noon na pwedeng i-adapt ng mga barangays dito sa Pilipinas na nawala sa Barotac, coach?
It's not a question na nawala. It's not a question na nawala.
Okay.
It's not a question, may competition. Ika nga parang, instead at that time, like you, right? Anybody of us, even the adults, they don't go to the mall. They don't watch TV before. I mean, before in that province, right? When I was growing up, there was no color TV. You see how laid back at the time. Yes. And then when I was growing up, they will have like around town, they would say, okay, there's a free movie. Go watch the free movie. And the whole town will go to the public plaza and watch the TV. I mean, the movie. And then later on, there was this regional TV. And then in our municipal building, there would be there's one TV, black and white TV. And the whole town would watch TV. No fight, no nothing. People knows each other. And then comes every Sunday, we have the inter color. The older players will play, like, students who are enrolled in the university in Iloilo. The whole town is there watching football. Now, as like Coach Aris saying, bakit ganon? Like, ayan, may different avenue yung mga bata o yung mga bata ngayon na pupuntahan. Unlike before, walang gadget. So it's really a fight, it's really a challenge to parents, to coaches, na even, I've seen it, even during training, they still have to go look for where's my cell phone and go, somebody texted me or called me, So there's always a distraction. Unlike before, you have to. I played football not because, I think I'm speaking for myself, but pretty much players or coaches or during my time, we played with heart, very passionate about the sport, because there's nothing we can do. We have to do good in football because this will be a passport. This will be our passport to poverty or something we can elevate our way of life. To get escape, because what can I do? You're gonna be like, you cannot go to school. What will you do? So do well, in which you can do better from the rest of the kids. So you do well in football.
Yeah.
Actually,
So,
Coach Aris, no, yung sinabi ni Coach Noel regarding dun sa parang ito na yung tulay, no? Ito na yung ticket kung tawagin, no?
Mm-hmm.
Itong susunod na question namin, Coach, bali kasi yung experience mo, no? I mean, paano mo trinak down yung mga distractions ngayon. Ikaw, Coach, sa tingin mo, naikwento mo na sa amin yung paglalaro mo ng football eh. So baka pwede mo naman ikwento sa amin ni Coach Aris saka sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Paano ka na-introduce ngayon na mag-coach? No? Sa
I
coaching.
started coaching when I was a freshman in school. I think I was 13, 14 years old. And if you are a football player, you have to share your knowledge and expertise to the younger ones. And I'm proud to say I have players during that time. We have a team in Ilaya, we call it Ilaya Panthers. It's inter-barangay, you know. At that time, we have like the Mosquito League. So I think that will be like U10 that we are having right now. So in Barotac, we call it at the time Mosquitoes, we have the midgets. So U10 or something, U12 at the time. 14 years old and up is midgets. And then we have the seniors, you know, U16 and above. So I started coaching when I was like 13, 14 years old. Okay, and I'm sure everybody knows this guy. He was once upon a time one of the best player, a striker. His name is Antonio Piao. He's a retired army. He was my player too. Right now, Coach Gerald Pornan. He's coaching in Bacolod City. He was my player when they were growing up as a kid. Um, we have Anthony Pornan also, the brother. He's now a university professor at one of the university in Dubai, UAE. And these are the one of the some of the kids that uh, just running on the street with nowhere to go. So they opted to play football, and look where they are now. So, like I said, what really drives me to coach, right? So, what really drives me, like I said, if you have the heart, you know, you're a football player and you see kids that these kids have the talent, have the potential to be a good player, you know. So when I was a student in UST, my freshman in UST, 1988. Director or P director at the time is Mr. We call him Tatay Goring Cordero. Uh, he was our athletic director at that time, and I was freshman, you know, and I would train kids, you know, like sila Teban, sila Martin Abay, and they would attack me like 60 kids in one morning with one ball. You know, so at that stage in situation, it will be a challenge. How would you deal with 60 kids with one ball? You know, that's why coaching is not the same as before. I mean, now it's very structured, it's very defined, and very scientific the way you approach it.
So, yung approach coach before, I mean, can you simplify kung ano yung difference ng coaching ngayon? No, sabi mo nga, very structured before. I mean, paano mo siya i-compare sa ngayon? I mean, before ba, it's more of like just sharing yung knowledge mo as a player. Kasi doon lang magde-derive yung ituturo mo. Tama ba, Coach? Paano mo siya
Because
nagawa?
I for one, because I'm sure when you were growing up too, when before this licensing came out, right? You've been coached by somebody who was once upon a time a national player or something, right? So what he will teach you as his player, do the same thing what he learned from his coach.
Yeah.
And the same token to me, I was lucky enough that at the time in Barotac Nuevo, almost like majority of them or a lot of players at that time are members of the national team. So they've been in one way or another, they've been coached by a foreign coach or a coach because they are players. And these players coaches us. They will give us a training session, and it's like training in the national team. It's really, really hard. And, you know, wearing the Barotac Nuevo, we don't have jersey. We call it t-shirt because jersey is just too fancy, you know. Uniform, we call it. If you are wearing at the time or shirt, right? We call it t-shirt. You are already in cloud nine if you're wearing a shirt brand Crispa, the Crispa. So we'll just wear the Omaha brand, the guitar brand, you know.
Grabe yung mga brands.
Against those guys. Yeah, it's not the so-called Adidas, Nike, and stuff like that. No, we don't have. You know, it's a far cry. We compete in Iloilo barefooted. So the father of our president Nonong Araneta at the time, he is our town mayor, and then they made a tournament. Okay, we have a rules. You don't play unless you wear a football cleats or a football shoes. But we don't have cleats. So we wear a running shoes or a sneakers like Converse, Bata at the time, you know, anything, mid-cut, high-cut. So it's only good for 10, 15 minutes and we have to take it off because we are not used to play shoes, you know. They would step on us, literally, when we challenged those team in Iloilo City with their like, at the time, the so popular is the Copa Mundial, La Plata brand, Adidas brand. The 6 cleats with the aluminum studs underneath. My toenail always like dead.
Patay.
But on the third day, my nose, you know, my nail, my toenail always dead. They will step on it. But on the third day, it will rose again. No, I'm just kidding.
Kasi your talagang Barotac Nuevo is really known place, no, when it comes to football. Talagang it's really a prime area. That's why mag-establish din yung area na yan na magkaroon ng mga facilities, tama coach? Center for Football, no? Center for Excellence, yung mga area nyo. I mean, coach, kasi kung maraming magagaling na player sa Barotac Nuevo, for sure, maraming magagaling na coach, like katulad mo, right? Yung mga nagturo sa'yo, saka sa mga nag-produce na mga players, like katulad nila Chiefy, or iba pang mga legends sa Iloilo. Paano mo maano yung coach? I mean, ano bang meron, no? Is it the culture na meron sa Iloilo from coaching?
Okay, sabihin natin muna coach, ang unahin natin magaling. Okay, sino ba ang magaling? Paano natin i-associate ang magaling? Meaning magaling, you're a good coach, right? Magaling ka na coach. So what made a magaling coach? What made a good coach? Is it the number of trophies, the number of victories, the number of wins? Or you develop a player to be a good player, to be good? So these are the things that, you know, is it only measured on the amount of the victories or the W and L's or the how many trophies you lifted? Yeah, you know, these are the things. Because for me, I don't consider myself magaling or good. It so happened I just did my job at the time. And I'm grateful also that my players responded to me when I am the coach. Because that's the best challenge for us coaches. Yeah. No matter you have a licensed A coach, in the players, your players will not respond to you. You look like a Mickey Mouse out there.
Yes.
That's how it is. That's the long and short of the story.
Yun! Narinig ko na naman, coach, yung Mickey Mouse. Talagang...
Coach Aris, pwede mo bang i-explain ano ba yung Mickey Mouse na yun? Is it really the player you're pertaining to a specific...
No, it connotes two ways, you know. It's either positive or negative because I don't cash.
Oh.
I don't see, you know, I don't see the PI thing because I've used that. It's been abused to me a long time ago. So I said, oh, I think, you know, I mellowed down a bit because I don't know. I mellowed a lot, you know. So instead of cashing them, I think I might as well use the, you know, it would look funny. I mean, it sounds funny, but you know, these guys, our players are not stupid. They're not dumb. They are pretty smart, you know. So the more you cash to them, the more they will not respond to you, right? So I would rather, okay, call them Mickey Mouse. So what's typical? Then he would ask me, Coach, who is Mickey Mouse? Oh, that's my favorite character, you know, cartoon character. And he really looks like you. So he would just smile, right?
Actually, you know, Coach, why I remember that word because in our A license, you were doing a specific. I mean, you are in your own session, no? Nagsisession ka noon sa Rizal. Tapos we were watching you, observing you, no? We were really talagang into listening to you eh. And then one moment, bigla mo binanggit yung, hey, let's go Mickey Mouse! Nagulat kami. Oh,
Yeah. The kids, like, they're young people, the kids, Sometimes, in as much we are too serious about it, those kids also, they're trying to eat. The more the coach is pressured, serious, the players are pressured too. So once in a while, you have to throw them something to think of. So is the coach mad at us or not?
so
Yun!
it's a joke, Coach. It's like a joke.
Coach.
No? It's like a joke.
Yeah, it's like a joke, but when you crack a joke to me, be sure it's really a good one, because if it's not, I'll send you home.
Isa kang Mickey Mouse pag hindi
Tayo, muna tayo, Coach.
Shout out ako
No.
muna.
Okay,
I'm
sige,
kidding.
go.
Yeah, because
Coach Noel. Ito
Yeah.
yung mga nanonood sa ARIS TV, ano? Si Coach Glenn, kilala mo to? Coach Glenn Ramos?
yeah, sure.
Coach
Hi, Coach Glenn. Mayang gabi diha.
Coach Jan Carmona.
Oy,
So,
hi, Coach John. My idol si Coach John. Yeah.
Coach Kim Bersales, goalkeeper ng UST ito.
Yes, yeah, Coach.
Oh.
Good evening,
Coach
Kim.
Coach Ching De Los Reyes from Davao.
Hi, Coach. Good evening diha.
Yun yung si Coach Jason. Pero hindi na nagko-coach. Jason Costanilla, teammate ko sa Ateneo. Pero nasa San Carlos to eh. Ewan ko, nasa Cebu na. Sabi ko, magtanong ka na, nahihiya daw kasi English speaking ka eh. Sabi ko,
Pwede
okay
Bisaya,
lang.
pwede.
Kahit
Pwede
Bisaya
pwede
ang
Tagalog,
tanong
pwede
mo. Kabila naman, Coach Mike. Sino yung mga i-shoutout natin dyan?
Ito, yung mga nanonood dito sa Coach Mike TV, no? Yung mga nanonood sa iyo. Nandyan si Coach Pusok from Mindanao.
Oy, Coach, Ilonggo na, ato na.
Yeah. Yan.
Coach Putok, mayang gabi da.
Coach John Bayarong from Vietnam, pero taga Olongapo rin to, nanonood sa atin ngayon. Okay?
Good evening.
Daisy Clairvox Flores. Medyo mahirap ito. Daisy Flores.
Hi si Daisy, Ate Daisy.
Pa-shoutout daw. Tapos si Coach Lem Laranas. Pa-shoutout din daw, Coach.
Hi, Lem. Wow, kauban ni Coach Melchor na.
Coach Lem Laranas. Tapos Leandro Mike Pedro. Go Mickey Mouse.
Yan si Mike. He's my goalkeeper. He's in Davao now.
Yan. Tapos Mark Anthony Pornan. Watching here.
Oh, yeah. Nasa Dubai. Yeah, he's my captain in UST.
From UAE. No?
Yep.
Yung nanonood sa iyo, Coach, no? Watching from UAE. Layo. Ayan. Tapos, yung mga iba pang nanonood sa iyo, Coach, mamaya na natin ihahabol. Kasi mukhang nakikinig sila ng maigi, no? Kasi yung mga... Ay, meron pa pala ito, si Babol. Pa-shoutout daw, Coach Paulo Alovera. Ayan. Nanonood din sa atin ngayon. Ayan. Maraming nanonood sa iyo, Coach. Inaabangan yung mga...
Wala.
Mickey Mouse move.
Wala, mahiya naman tayo kay Coach Aris at kay Coach Mike. Yeah.
Coach Noel.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned kanina yung kwento mo na you started sa Barotac. Ngayon, i-share mo nga paano ka napunta sa UST? Paano ka ba na-recruit or ano yung kwento doon? May pinsan or mga kuya mo ba hinatak ka sa UST? Kasi mukhang doon punta ng mga Iloilo eh. Yung coaches doon, puro Ilonggo ngayon. Parang naging trend na yung doon. So, ikaw naman, kasi 80s ba yun? 19 or 90s? Kailan ba yun? Ikwento mo nga, Coach.
80s, okay.
80s
Actually,
yun, no?
Ganito yan. Enrolled na dapat ako dito sa local school dito sa West Visayas, dito sa Iloilo City. Because I was recruited ako ng friend ko nga si Pike na sa California ngayon to play or to study sa UP Los Baños. So nag-UP Los Baños ako doon. So I enrolled and played. And then, yan, sila Coach Waldy Magtoto, yan, si Coach Waldy sa UST. Teammate kami sa Los Baños. 1981, we won the second Inter-Center Football Tournament. So under the program of the German government and the Philippine Football Association at the time, with the German consultant Bernard Scholl. So yon sila Coach Maro, they are the product of that program kay Bernard Scholl. So 1981, I went there. And then after 2 years, na-disband na yun, nawala na yung program. So 1983, I went to UST, 1983 to 1988. So like I said, sang time na yon si Mr. Cordero ang athletic director. Dapat doon din ako mag-freshman, but I was recruited, so I opted to went to UP Los Baños. So from 1983 to 88, pumasok ako sa UST. And I was, my last playing year was 1988, National UAAP in Davao City. Sila, I think sila, sino pa yung mga, sila Coach Abing, sila Coach, I think sila, maliliit pa yun sila, mga younger, ano pa sila noon. Kasi Coach Mike, kasi Coach Aris, when I was up there, I think you were still playing with, you know, you know, you were still like playing, I don't know, what kind of games you're playing
balls. We're playing different balls.
Different balls. So, noong 83 until 1988, that's my last year. And Coach Ray Reyes was my coach. And then after that, 88, he migrated to the US. So that leaves us without a coach. So Tatay Goreng told me, so why not coach? So it's a transition from being buddy-buddy, being a teammate, and with a flip of the finger, I am the head coach of the UST team. So this a matter of how would you adjust your teammate, and then all of a sudden you're the one, you know, in charge of the team. And I have one very makulit player at the time, and I made him captain. He's in California. Benji Lopez. He's very hard guy in terms of the way he played. And he's a good guy, you know. So, siya yung masyadong magreklamo palagi. And like I said, so just to let you know, we are not teammate anymore. I'm the coach. So whether you like it or not, I'm the coach. So, you know, like this always, it's nice to go around, play around with the kids, with your players, but always draw the line. We always have to draw the line, you know. So once they pass that line, so I think that's the time you coaches already lost it. You know, we lost that thing. Always try to draw the line. It's nice to crack joke once in a while, but like it always draw a line.
Coach Mike,
ang
yun.
Binanggit ni Coach Noel, talagang that's really something the players sometimes forget, no, Coach Noel. Actually, I experience what you're telling, no. I mean, pag yung player, diba, you have that parang friendship ninyo ng player mo, pero sometimes nag-over boundary sila, no? Kasi nakakalimutan nila yung aspeto na tama ka dun, coach, eh. I am your coach, you are my player, but we are friends. But make sure that merong boundary na hanggang dito lang, no?
Yeah.
Minsan yun yung nakakalimutan, eh. No? Minsan nagka-crack ng jokes, wherein foul na, hindi na siya maganda. Which is, siyempre, of course, you are the coach, you will be offended. No?
Yeah, and it will boil down to your personality as a coach, you know, as a coach. It's your personality, you know, how strong is your personality is. Because sometimes you will encounter a player that, you know, who has a strong personality, and what now? You're gonna flip-flop? They're gonna put you in his pocket, you know? And I've seen that. I've seen a lot of coaches, you know, if they happen to face a parent, they choke, you know? They could not, you know, how come my son or my daughter is not starting? So how you deal with that? So it's boiled down to your personality, you know. How come my players don't have enough playing time? Why did you pull him out? You know, I'm sure Coach Mike.
Those kind of situation. If, for example, if it happens to you like in that kind of situation, how do you manage those kind of parents?
You smile on first base, you smile at them. Is he your son? Or is he your daughter? Smile at him first, and so be a good parent. Be a good parent. Leave the coaching to the coaches, to us, and be a good parent. That's why, you know, we cannot be a good parent at the same time a coach, you know. So if that's the case, so what can I do?
Yeah.
Just like that. And I've seen it. When the team loses, the poor kid or the poor player will just go ride with the son, with the parents in the car. And you will hear, they will bombarded by verbal abuse from the parents. You know, they feel sometimes already verbally abused by the coach, plus the parents, how come you made a bad passes, how come you allow this, blah, 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 you know. So these are the things.
Coach, Aris, may mga
Yung
tayo. May mga pumasok tayo. Baka ma-miss ni Coach Noel yung mga nanonood sa kanya no? Nandito ngayon si Aroma Negra. No, actually, ang naturuan ko to Coach Noel sa taga taga Masbate. No, mabuhay, Lodi, sabi niya. No, ayan. Tapos binanggit ni Coach Lem Narana sa'yo. Coach Lem, sabi ni Coach Lem, championship tayo, UST versus UAP Nationals.
You see, thanks, yeah. You see, matagal na yun. That was 1988.
Yeah. Grabe, 1988. Ilang taon pa lang ako noon. 6 years old.
Yeah. That's that game, like, you know, I think, I don't remember what team, but I have like 5 stitches in my head. And the blood, I didn't even know the blood is flowing like crazy. And then the coach, like, you know, Coach Reyes would call me out on the sideline. I said, "Oh, I'll sub you out." I said, "No, I didn't know." But, you know, because there's no blood control, whatever at the time. So keep on.
No blood, no foul.
No blood, no foul.
Coach, ito pa, meron ko limang ball. Si Jeffrey Mandap, pa-shoutout naman po, Coach Idol.
Wow. Jeff Mandap. Hi, Jeff. Jeff Mandap is really good in everything, you know.
Okay. Coach Noel, matutuwa ka. Si Coach Pines, Rufino Arellano. Si Coach Pines. Hello, Pre Noel. Congrats to the organizer of this forum.
Yeah, Pines.
Nonood.
Pines, you owe me your 25 push-ups. Remember, you still owe me.
Coach Pines, schedule na.
Condolence.
Condolence nga po, Coach Pines.
Oo.
Oh, condolence. What happened? Sorry, Pines. Sorry to hear that.
Yung
Tapos,
aunt niya.
Randy Belaong. Viva United. Randy Belaong. Shout out to Coach.
Yeah, Polilobs. Mayong gabi na po. Ayos lang
Ayan. Tapos, ayan si Dong Cueno. Idol, pa-shoutout naman.
Wow, ito pa si Dong Cueno. Idol, magaling to. Pareho kami maliit. Maliit.
Yeah, tapos si watching from London. Grabe, Coach Noel,
Sino?
Rasat Lab Serol.
Sino?
Rasat Lab Serol.
Flores. My brother-in-law is in UK.
Baliktad pala yung... Sorry, baliktad kasi yung pangalan Sorry. Tapos, ayun, Idol, Coach Bata, watching from... Yung pala, Coach, yung sinasabi, proud sister year, sabi niya. Watching from UK.
Yes.
Yun, naalala
Hello.
ko, tawag nila sa'yo, Coach Noel, Coach Bata. No?
Yeah.
Tapos, yun, humirit ulit si Coach Jeffrey Mandap. Salamat po, Coach Noel Casilaao. Mabuhay ang Filipino coaches. Hi, Coach Lem. Mabuhay ang larong football. Ayan.
Thank you din, Jeff. Mabuhay ka rin.
Tapos na yung Coach Mike TV, yung ARIS TV dyan.
ARIS TV. So, pumasok rin si Sir Vic Fernandez, supervisor namin dito sa Baguio, DepEd. So, good evening. Meron din si Jumail Buena, player ko dito sa Baguio. And ito, kilala mo to, si Coach Bingbing Kulina, si Oliver from Cebu. Classmate.
Oo.
So, kumaway din siya dito sa ARIS TV, ha? Good evening, mga Lodi, especially Coach Noel, sabi niya.
Ayun.
Mayang gabi na, Coach Pingping.
Meron ding umabol dito,
May,
teacher. Deputy teacher, galing naman sa Marikina, si Ma'am Ami de Guzman, no? Nanonood dito.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Tapos yung mga Coach Aris, Coach Noel, yung mga classmates natin sa A-License, baka mayroong magtanong.
Yung mga classmate natin, mahihain yan eh.
Oo, nag-English ka kasi. Medyo ano rin sila eh.
Coach kasi English daw eh.
Umatras.
Si Coach Siling, padala tayo ng danggit.
Lahat ng mga nanonood dyan ha, sa Football Live, huwag niyo pong kalimutan, pwede po kayong magtanong. Pwede po kayong sa guest natin kung ano po yung gusto niyong tanungin. Kung love life yan, depende na lang kay Coach Noel kung sasagutin niya. Okay?
Ito, may tanong dito.
Charis, commercial din. Nabanggit ni Coach Nuevo, dugtungan ko lang. Yung kaibigan natin, si Coach Eliazar, Coach Eling, no? Yung danggit daw niya, kung merong gusto. Ayan, pinamis ko.
Ano mo na, may...
para masabi natin
may ano mo na, may free... ano mo na, testing mo na yun.
Free taste.
Free taste. May question na dito.
May question agad. Pasok.
Oo. May tanong agad dito, yung goalkeeper ng UST. Nakapila rin ito, si Coach Kim eh. Coach Kim Versales, ang UST Pride. Ang tanong niya, bakit Coach Bata tawag sa kanya sa UST? So, Coach Noel. Sagutin mo yan. At the same time, magkwento ka nga yung parang playing time mo doon, yung mga teammates mo, or may side story ka dito sa UST football time mo. Para aware yung mga other coaches, mga bata. Siyempre, nawala ka dito. Andun ka sa GUAM, pero sa UST, legend ka. So, bakit daw Coach Bata tawag sa'yo?
Actually, it's not Bata. Bata. Ang
Bata?
Bata. Okay. So, Bata, I think is a shoe brand. Bata, it all started sa player ko nagtawag sa akin yan, si Pio Bernardo, Bata. So, sa malalim na Ilonggo, pag sinabi mo na Bata, it connotes something like a leader sa barangay, Bata. Parang gano'n, na older people, o older individual, parang gano'n. So, na they look up to as a leader, a respected one. So, parang gano'n. So, at that time, bata pa sila. So, like a father figure ako sa kanila kasi ang mga taga Barotac noong time ng 92, that's the strongest team so far na nawakan ko kasi I was offered to coach at that time in the US, but hindi ako natuloy at that time kasi there's bunch of them, marami sila na pumunta in flux, like 9-10 of them na galing sa Barotac. So kung umalis ako doon, parang kawawa sila. So, and I said na hindi naman alis yung US. So, in that 92, nandun pa yung kapatid ni CP Kaligdong, si Nonoy Iyong. So, he's with our Creator in heaven, playing football with his teammate. I have three, like, with John Ray Bilaong, the brother of Randy Bilaong, and Randy Brillantes, you know, who also passed away. So they're playing football there. So,
Coach Aris, bago natin i-ano dun sa ano ni Coach Noel, kasi yung nakikita natin, actually nakita ko rin maglaro si Coach Noel sa ano sa GUAM. No? Nasaksi na namin siya, kasama ko sila Tita Amor, kung naalala ni Coach Noel, Tita Amor, di ba? Tita Cricket. Nakasama namin sila nanood kami sa'yo. Baka, tapos si Tito James din pala. Tapos kung ma-share mo sa amin, Coach, kasi iba yung mga galawan mo, Coach Noel Grabe yung mga moves mo Pwede mo ba ma-share sa amin, baka dahil doon sa mga moves mo na sino yung idol mo as a player? Meron ka bang iniidolo nung panahon na naglalaro ka ng football?
meron naman.
Isunod mo na rin yung player at saka yung baka meron kang idol na coach. after nung player na idol?
Kadaming tanong, una ko na. Sasagutin ko muna kay Coach Aris kasi tapos ka Mike pumato. Okay, una. Yung team ko, I was also blessed and I'm very also fortunate to have very supportive players in the team. You know, yung sila Alden Quezon, si Ray Salonga, mga teammate ko din yun at the time. So nauna sila nag-graduate sa akin. So, naiwan na lang, we're in the forward line. Si Coach Doji Locsin, I'm sure you. Coach Doji, yung Bicolano ng Maurago ng Bicolano. So, we were with the last, was my last year in 1988 in Davao. So, Doji, I always trying to crack him a joke. Doji, makascore ka lang kung yung bola mo galing sa akin. So, we're trying to teach each other, you know. He will score goals coming from me in the past, you know. And just recently we played in the UFL, the older guys. We beat UP once, only one time, and he scored a goal coming from me. So I said, you see, Lods, hindi ka makascore kung yung goal hindi galing sa akin. So, but anyway, at that time, we have really a good team, and we played. I remember, you know. The UP in the finals, we lost to UP in Ultra. It's a rubber match, but they just need to draw the game in Ultra. But luckily, I scored a goal, so we need to play again with them. So at that time, we said Raul Alvarez, Noel Reyes, Mike Tocayo also, De Pilo, Rudy De Rosario. They're pretty good team. Very strong team sila.
Malakas yun.
Wayne, Kakatso at that time. They're solid, you know. So they would kill me like crazy, you know. So, but anyway, it's also unfortunate. Kari Africa scored a goal against us, own goal at that time. And that's the hardest goal, you know. And Nonoy Carpio, our goalkeeper at that time, could not even manage to, you know, he froze because and unfortunately, Kari tried to clear the ball, but you know it just went down inside a goal. So those are the memories, you know, that until now, when you look at it, you just smile at, oh yeah, that was before. And then when we meet on the pitch, so we just hey, good times. It's really good time. So as per Coach Mike's question, sino ang idol ko talaga na player? So at that time when I was growing up, so siyempre walang TV, wala kang makita na Ronaldo, Messi, or sino pa na mga superstar. We have our local heroes, right? And my idol at that time is Judy Guanzon. He's Army player. That's why I'm wearing jersey number 9. That is his jersey number. For the record, why I'm wearing jersey number 9, because I just want to follow, you know, his the way he moved, how he played, very simple and very effective. And also, I would also acknowledge, you know, my coaches, of course, all of them. But one that really opened my eyes to modern coaching is Coach Edward. Coach Edward, kumusta da? Coach Edward Magallona, my coach in UP Los Baños. You know, because at that time he will attend courses in Germany, right? And then he would leave the books there. Nobody wants to read the books, coaching books, because there's no internet at the time. So I would love reading all those books and the older formation and everything. So I pick up all the study how the scientific approaches or the science behind football itself. Like I said, German is science, Brazil is art. But of course, it complements for both, right? But at the end of the day, look at the way Germany now is. They will dominate pretty soon. So my player, my idol player, like I said, Coach Mike, my idol player is Mr. Judy Guanzon, our local hero at the time, our local footballer. Because like I said, there's no Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, but between the I mean the celebrity, the foreign player, my idol is Pele.
Wow.
I came from an old school. So Pele, Franz Beckenbauer, those are my, as a coach, and as a player.
Coach, may nakuha ka ba mga moves sa kanila?
May
May mga nakuhang moves ka ba sa kanila na ina-apply mo dun sa mga games?
Sorry, you're breaking up.
Meron mga moves. Yung mga moves.
Moves. Wala. You have to, you don't have to, you mimic the way they're moving, but you cannot really do what they're doing, because you don't have to be a copycat. You're also great in your own, style.
You have your own bata style kung tawagin.
Yeah. I know, because I think one for me as a player, because I'm very small, I play for I weigh 96 pounds. So they will crack me, like they will break my bone. So what I have to get away from them is use my speed, speed and technique, because I don't collide with them. I just beat you fair and square with speed. And because, I'm very small. So what I do with you, bump you, no way. You're gonna break my leg. So I just run away from you. Like, run for your life. Catch me if you can. Just like that. Simple.
Actually, iba, Coach Aris, na papanood natin, naglaro tayo, no? Kasi alam ko, sa edad ni Coach Noel, he can really play really good until now, no? Kasi, like,
Yes.
nanood kami sa kanya dun sa GUAM. Grabe, hindi ko ma-imagine na this player, this age, still running that kind of pace, no? He was really very competitive. Tapos, siyempre, isipin mo na lang, no, atras mo yung time, like 20-25 years from now, no, i-rewind natin, na tama si Coach Noel, no? He is really more of the speed type of player and relies on his technical ability and skills.
Yung naglaro nga tayo sa A course, parang ASCAL player pa rin. Parang siya yung ayaw pang magpasabi. Ang ganda ng performance. Tanungin natin si Coach Noel kung meron ba siyang sekreto. Bakit sa edad niya, isipin mo, 1983 yung kwento niya. Ako, 81 ako eh. Ikaw, Mike, 1982? 82? Ngayon, mas kondisyon ka pa, Coach Noel. So, baka naman pwede mong i-share sa amin. Baka may ginagawa kang workout dyan. Or diet.
Coach Noel, Coach Noel, bago mo i-share yung yung tips mo, baka meron nakikinig sa inyo mga football players na makakuha ng tips kung paano i-maintain yung fitness na ganyan, no? Baka may magandang ma-share si Coach Noel na hindi natin alam. Babanggitin ko muna, Coach Noel, merong umahabol. Ano mo daw to? Tatay ko yan si Bata. Remy Del Rosario.
Sino to?
Remy Del Rosario.
Hi Rems. Yes. Si Remy, she's my soccer player.
Sabi ni Coach Puso, Bata means good leader and malaki ang respeto. Yun ang explain niya. Tapos nandiyan din, umahabol si Carmelo Orpilia, teacher namin sa Don Bosco. Tapos yung kapitbahay ko, si Eric Nieva. Hello sa'yo, nanonood ka sa amin. Tapos, hello Coach Bata, Philip Driz.
My student, Philip. Philip.
Yeah. Tapos, Gerald Pornan. Ilaya.
Yes.
Super cool. Coach ko yan, sabi niya, no? Gerald Pornan. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he's coaching. Ay, Coach Gerald.
I-share mo na.
Yung malamig na.
May humabol pa. Isa lang, bago ko sumagot, Coach Noel. Maricel Pang Bracamonte. How to be you po, Coach? Maricel.
Maricel?
Maricel.
Si Ma'am Maricel. Maricel. Si Ma'am Maricel, she is a teacher and a coach of the futsal team here in our school, Barotac, Nuevo, National Comprehensive High School, my alma mater.
Wow.
Mayang gabi, Ma'am Maricel.
Good evening po.
Okay. So do you think there's a secret on that, Coach Mike? Do you think you believe there's a secret?
Coach,
Do you think there's a
me,
secret?
I think me and Coach Aris believes that Coach Bata has a secret eh. Bakit at
Oo.
level, at this age, you can still play like ako masabi namin bumagal lang ng konti eh. Konti lang eh. Alam mo 'yun? Pero the touch, the control, the mindset, no? Coach Aris, no? The
Oo.
mindset of the game is still there.
Yes.
Baka
Like I
may
said, so do you believe in that secret? There's a secret of longevity, or something, the fountain of youth. Do you believe in that? Before I answer your question,
I think we believe because we see it in you.
you believe. I think, so you're not convinced that
No,
so
we believe. Me and Coach Aris believe.
Ako, alam
so
ko
you
yung
believe in the secret
sikreto.
of youth.
Ha?
Actually, there's no secret. There's no secret. The real secret is how you handle yourself. Like, just number one, the bad thing that you're supposed to be doing, right? Okay, number one that really kills you in terms of being a player is number one is smoking. That's number one. You smoke. If you smoke, that's it. It's a no-no. I'm not a hypocrite. I also drink. Remember during our course, we always like go out with Coach Nonoy and all those guys and all those, we don't know, we're human beings. But then again, there's a boundary when to stop and when not to stop. So when people start drinking, they cannot stop. That's why. When people start smoking, they also cannot stop. So they're addicted to that. Discipline. They say discipline. Discipline is an inside job. It's from within. It must come from within yourself. It must not come from the coach, because if the coach says, okay, you discipline yourself this, some people or some players will be rebellious, right? No, okay, because you impose to them, don't do this or don't do that. So, once in a while, because we are a father figure, in as much you try, for me, honestly, I'm not saying, I condone drinking, but then again, they're adults. In as much you don't want them to drink, when you turn your back, they would drink anyway. So what I told them, honestly, we are all you adult, so drink with me, drink in front of me. So they drink with me. So I know their limit is only like six bottles. So that means after six, don't drink anymore. I'm not, that's the reality. We are not in Europe, like, in as much, okay, this, because it will affect their, what do you call this, their game, because that is their profession. Maglalaro sila. So they don't have to do that. Dito, pag may konting pera, inom tayo pa rin. You see? And that's reality. And then now here you are as a coach imposed to them that, okay, don't drink. And you know what, Coach Aris? I know Coach Mike would agree with me. The best players are the one who has a lot of vices. You experience that? Yeah, because anyway, I've coached the younger ones and the senior one or the older ones. To share with you, Coach Aris, I coach 3 years old in Guam. I coach because we have a soccer club. I happen to be the technical director of the Wolverine Soccer Club in Guam with other coach Joe Roberto as our president. We have players 3, and I coach our Big Blue team who happen to visit in Barotac. I have players 72 years old. So he's still playing football until now. So I know how to deal with this Mickey Mouse. I coach, and the hardest job in the world, you know what, Coach Aris? You know what's the hardest job in the world? 2. You know what's the hardest job? The hardest job in the world, to be a mother, to be a mom. That was the number one hardest job in the world, to be a mom, because there's no day off. Number 2, hardest job in the world, to coach a women's team. That's the hardest job too. Yeah. Have you
Gusto ko yan.
experienced
Gusto
coaching a
ko yan.
women's team? Yeah. You try. And
Oo,
I'm
nag-coach
telling
ako
you,
ng babae.
Why?
no, that's the hardest job, man. That's the hardest job.
I agree.
To coach the
Gusto ko yan.
That's the hardest job. To coach the men's team, the boys team, you just look at them in the eye, then they will just keep them out shut, keep quiet. And then the women's team, if you know, you get mad at them, they will not play with you. You see? The psychology of coaching with the women's, in the men's, in the kids is different. And the older people too. So we have to be flexible as coaches. And I've been to that. You know? But the real challenge is to coach the women's team. Trust me. Trust me.
Totoo yan.
Totoo yan.
Ako rin coach dito sa Baguio, ano? Kasi nung pinasok na nila yung futsal sa DepEd, 8 years ago, I think. So, I started organizing. Tapos, yung dalawang anak ko, girls din. So, yun din yung ano, hindi ko lang nahanap yung explanation eh. Yun pala yung explanation. At least, narinig ko na sa'yo, coach. Pag may diskusyon regarding dyan, yun pala yung banat ko. Kasi ang hirap. Even me, lagi kong, bakit ganito? Hindi naman ganito eh. Ilang years na akong nagko-coach ng boys. Tapos, girls yung handle ko. Parang there's something, dito lang ba? Pero, yun, tama rin yun. Although, parang sarcastic or pero may patama lang doon, ano?
No. Rule, Coach Aris, rule. When you're dealing with women's, do not argue with them. When you start your session, do not start with your session, technical session right away. Do not show them the markers and everything right away. You know the best thing you're gonna do? Oh, I really like your hair, girl. Where did you, colored your hair? You see, you have to praise the women. Acknowledge them that they have, curled their hair, dyed their hair, colored their hair,
Coach Noel,
So,
dapat pala na tanong kita before, no? Kasi I also coached before, no? I was also the college coach of Assumption College San Lorenzo. Katulad nung na-experience ni Coach Aris, it was really hard, no? I mean, for a guy coaching a female team, no? Kasi iba eh. I mean, di ba katulad nung na-experience ko, kasi nagko-coach ako ng, sabay nun eh. Meron akong boys, may girls. Tapos pag pumupunta ako dito sa girls, iba yung mga moments na iba yung mood, no? Iba yung mood.
Yep.
So, hindi pwede yung titigasan mo rin yung gusto mong gawin kasi walang mangyayari. Tama ba, Coach, Coach Noel?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, that's true. That's true because, I think it really helps me a lot because, I was surrounded with girls. We're 6 in the family and I'm the only guy. So it's really hard, dealing. So it also helps me a lot because I coach the varsity team of UST Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I coach the women's. So something like MWF, you're a lion. And then Tuesday, Thursday, all of a sudden you change your personality, you're a lamb, Diba? Biglang tupa ka bigla, tiklop ka bigla, So that's the psychology in the best thing. Give the girls or the women a time to regroup. Give them a little time to gossips. Medyo chismis muna. Sakay ka man konti. Ito, nakita mo si Papa, dyan. Give them time to regroup and complement each other. And you complement them as well.
Siguro, Coach Noel,
Yun yung
time na, Coach Aris, nung time na bata ako, kasi medyo, I think, I'm just 25 to 27 years old at that time when I coached the college team eh. So, I think yung gap, kasi kung titignan natin yung gap, parang students ko noon, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. So, medyo hindi ganun eh. Siguro or I think baka mga 30s pa lang ako noon eh. So, medyo malapit, Coach Noel, di ba? Siguro that time, I think you have a lot of experience already.
I think the age, for me, personally, I know other coaches have their own views on that. I think it's nothing to do. It's nothing to do with the age or the gap. It's something to do, like I said, your experience, your personality, and, how you see things. Because no matter how old, like you're 45 and you're not mature,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. There are like 16, 14, or 18 years old kid, but they act matured already. They behave mature. So I think it's nothing to do with age.
Oh, Mike, baka they are calling you Coach Bata rin. Hindi bata, bata. Because
Yeah, why not?
you look young, baby face.
Baby
Coach Noel,
face.
you were already getting your ideas and experiences on gender, male, female. Our next question will be on the program of Philippine football compared to Guam, because you were a product of Philippine football. You came from Barotac, and then you played for university, and then you played for the Philippines. Ngayon, na-try mo ring tumulong sa Guam football program, and right now you are actually technical director. Can you share to us kung anong nakita mong difference or wala bang difference yung approach natin dito tapos yung approach doon? Parang just feedback on things that you've observed or you've learned na pwede nating matutunan dito sa Pilipinas for our coaches.
Okay.
Coach.
Yes, that's a very good question, Coach Aris. Yeah, I came from Barotac. I came from the Philippines. And I've seen it all between the two countries. But as far as football is concerned, we are both developing countries in terms of football, right? Until now, we're still developing. Our coaches is developing. Everyone is developing. But the question is, are we a footballing country? That's number one. And as much it is good, we are in PFF under the leadership of Nonong Arneta. Sir Nonong is trying his very best in all of us, because even myself, I want to progress as well, right? But in terms of the developing itself, if you're gonna look at how many years behind are we, where is our gauge? Are we 10 years behind from our Asian neighbors? What, we have the resources. Take the case of China. They have the resources and everything. How come the football will not move up as well? I'm not saying they're better than us or some in some way or form, but we can also play toe to toe with them. But the question mark, why? Why they could not also reach to the highest level? Is it what? Because is it what? There's a lot of variables we have to consider. Now, to answer your question, like what is really the things that we're supposed to do? I think number one is the culture, the mentality of the people. You go around the whole Philippines. What are we? Are we a footballing nation? What are the culture in terms of the sport? We can pick hand pick how many regions or how many areas in the Philippines that really football really is progressing. And I'm very happy in the north with your Coach Aris there. You already influenced that there's football, But then again, whether you ask somebody on the street, you like football? I said, no. I like Warriors team, That is our mentality. I like Steve Curry. But how? I could not even, give them like the magic, the ingredients on how. Because we hired foreign coaches, technical consultant, right? They infused their ideas and everything. And so still here we are. What is really the best chemistry, the best solution in order for us that we bring Philippines in the map of football? Actually, what they did, like the ASCAS did way back in 2000, it's really a good program. It creates awareness, it creates a pride, and I'm very thankful, because I was in Guam at the time when, when TP, the ASCALs, group. of companies really playing, and it's really good. It's really good for the Philippine football at the time. So much so at this point, you know. But then again, are the fans who rally behind us to support the project, the program? That's also the question. You cannot always blame the federation or the who's in charge, because they are not doing anything, because you know, politics just like that, you know. But then again, if you look at yourselves and ask yourself, what did you do, right? Here in Barotac, we do our own thing. You know, we don't have the support like right now. You know, we only have one ball or whatever. We play. Other areas also they have soccer ball. They had somebody like, you know, somebody supported them. You know, but here we need to do in as much we want to help the sport. Like on my own capacity, you know, do you think you, as a coach, you would have a family, you feed your family by being a coach in the Philippines? I don't think so. Right now, I feel bad because coaches, no tournament, no anything. Yeah, maybe big teams, big clubs, big university, they can afford to hire the coaches. But what about the smaller ones? So if you're relying yourself, you know, oh, I have to feed my family because I am a coach. Yeah, good luck. You know. But above all, until now, this is also the things that I'm still pondering every now and then. What would be the best solution to improve football here in the Philippines? And this is also the question I am asking myself. Not unless we change our mentality as Filipinos, and not only we can help football, but we can also help in any way we can. We are very, Filipinos are very, they call it, we're very flexible and everything. We are the best when we go outside the country. But when we are in our country, we are the worst. No entry, no sign, no entry, they will go there. No left turn. And then he will make a left turn and the driver will get mad, you know, and he will pick a fight. This is the Filipinos mentality. But don't get me wrong, huh? We are the best in our own right as well. But in football, you know, don't get me wrong. We have the best, you know, I've seen it. I've seen kids, players right now in the UAP, in the PFL, the local talents I've seen. They can. And I've seen potential coaches to coach the national team as well. You know, like you, like Coach Aris. And look, those are our best, our classmates. I've seen. I've been there, Coach Aris. I coach the national team, you know, so I know. And
Grabe.
in as much I can share, yeah. But these are the challenge that you and me. How are we going to improve? And you know, I'm appealing also to our fellow coaches. How are we going to improve? And we need to help each other.
Yes. Good point, ano?
Good point.
Coach Noel. Kasi if you ask some coaches, especially foreign coaches, they will just tell you based on their country eh. Sasabihin na lang nila, ito, ganito, ilalatag nila. Pero other coaches naman, pag magsalita, very sure sila. Pero yun, yung sinabi mo talaga, yun eh. I remember kasi yung question mo, Coach Mike, ano yung wish? Di ba? Mamaya may tanong sa'yo, Coach Noel eh, ano yung wish mo? Pero mamaya yun. Ang tinanong ni Coach Mike ako, what is your wish? Ang sagot ko kasi is yung maging football crazy, football country tayo. Kasi same tayo ng parang ano eh, iniisip na ang hirap mag-promote, ang hirap, 'di ba? Ang hirap lahat kasi nga hindi tayo football country. So yung point na sinabi mo, yun yung problema. Pero may tulong yung ASCALs nung pumutok yung ASCALs, yung awareness nga sa buong bansa. Madali na. Kasi before when I introduce football, tatanungin nila kung ano yan, soccer ba yan, pareho ba yan? So hindi nila alam. Pero ngayon, pag sinabi mong, okay, football, ASCAL, sabihin mo, yung awareness ng mga teachers, very easy. Yung yung mga communities, alam nila kung ano yung football, unlike before. So kung yun siguro sa utak pa lang ng mga tao dito, ano, mai-promote natin, it's really ano. So
Actually,
galing Coach Noel, ano.
yung binanggit ni Coach Noel, no, yung idea nung about dun sa yung notion na ano ba talaga yung idea ng mga players pagdating sa football, no? Kasi parang hindi pa ganun ka kumpleto. Even masabi natin Coach Noel, no, if even I will ask Coach Noel right now, even just watching a match ng ASCAS, di ba? Are we really a football country? Considering that there is an ASCAS game, pero we cannot fill in the full stadium. Tama ba, Coach Noel? Isang factor yan.
No, just I see that different point of course. By filling in the stadium make you a football country? I don't think so. It's not. Like I said, it should be inside. You know, like I said, you know, it should be inside us. Like I said, you have to be passionate. Something like whether it's raining, whether it's you know it's flooding, you have to go to Rizal Memorial and watch your national team play. Nobody tell you, okay, you go with me by yourself because there's a national pride involved.
Yes.
You know, you have to take pride as Filipino because my national team is playing. But if there's no pride at all, it's hollow, it's empty. You know, so it's hard. Like you know, this is not a commercial thing. I am Filipino, and then you pay how much that? No, it must come from within yourself. I am proud to be a Filipino. So if people, I am proud football player. I am a proud Filipino coach. You know, it's just not like that. It's like you know you cannot. You know that's why I'm not you know just like I said I'm speaking for myself. You know are we trying to adapt the system of play, the technical consultant or no? So if you're gonna look at me, I am proud to say I learned my coaching philosophy, experience and everything through German football. The imprint that Bernard's goal put in at the time when I was growing up as a player, still I embrace it. And what about the other coaches that coached the national team before? I don't know because I was not here. Like you, coach, you know, did you learn it from really who? And I'm proud to say, Mr. Goal had really put something, he planted something here. And I am proud to say, I am a product of that. And, you know, my players learn from me. And, you know, that's how I try to transfer technology.
Coach Noel, there is a Coach Aris, there is a question here coming from the Facebook, no? Coach, what coming from Glenn Tampico. Kilala ko 'to kaibigan ko. Coach, what approach can we do to encourage kids in Manila or not in Manila but in the whole Philippines to play football after school when this pandemic is over? Ano kaya yung
when pandemic is over? What
yes,
would you do to encourage kids to play football?
Yes, after school.
After school.
Yeah.
Yeah, this actually like encouraging kids to play football. Number one, we have to ask question to them ourselves: is the kids really akin to play football? What is his priorities? School, his guitar, his piano, or everything. These are his competition. So we need to before we dive into the situation we're in, we infuse. Okay, you have to play football. You need to talk to the kid first. What is his priorities? You cannot just go give them a ball. Okay, come, let's play football. Number one, the kid, we have to determine how old are they. Because if the kid, like you're dealing with, oh, can you show me a rainbow? Can you do the bicycle kick, coach? Right? These are motivation. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, the kids would say, can you show me a rainbow? Or you do the bicycle kick. You're dealing with 4 or 5 years old kid, right? Because they have their incline to gadgets. So after school, what they have nothing to do. And they're watching also this. And the smart kids, they know the terminologies because you know the gadgets, and they know the rainbow, they know all these tricks. but they cannot execute. Nobody taught them, but you know, they will ask the coach. So the coach, I like that question of how are we going to motivate kids to play after school? In that coach, you know, coach, we need to have the knowledge of the sport first. We should know how to strike the ball. We should know the ball is round. These are the small things, but it really means a lot to the learning kid. Can you show me how to dribble, coach? Because the kids don't know. And then you just give the ball to the kid. Okay, show me how to dribble the ball. Right? So the after school, like I said, we need to have a dialogue with the kids. You know, what are their priorities first? Because maybe they play basketball, so play a little basketball with them. Entice them. You know, to because of course I play basketball too. Okay, so you play basketball, football. Show them that the football is not hard as that of a basketball. So this is a friendly ball than a basketball, something like that. You know, like I said, it's how you, as you know, the creativity of the coach there is challenged.
Very well
Did I
said.
answer?
Very well said, Coach Noel. Okay, medyo very mind-blowing, no? I mean, we learned a lot from you, your advice and your tips. But before we proceed again to the next question, no, we have this small game, Coach Noel. Small game lang. No, we call this the fast talk. Okay? Si Coach Anto, medyo talaga medyo nag-iisip si Coach Anto. But
Umagal.
maybe we can try sa iyo, Coach.
And be sure it's original. Wait, hold on. Be sure it's original, because if it's a copycat, I will not answer it. Be sure it's your game. You don't copy it with somebody else.
Ang tawag sa game na
Is it your original game or you copy it with somebody else?
ang game namin,
Is
Coach.
this your game?
Oh, game
Yes.
namin, Aris. Game namin ni Coach Aris. Ang game fast.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Answer fast.
Football
Coach.
game.
Football game siya. Pipili ka lang, Coach, ng dalawa lang kasi yung pagpipilian mo.
Sige.
Agad kung ano yung pipiliin mo sa dalawang word or name. Okay, so ito ngayon. Ano yung pipiliin mo, Coach? Barcelona o Real Madrid?
Barcelona.
Yun. Kasama.
Yun, magkakasama.
Barcelona or Real Madrid?
Oh,
You
Barcelona.
asked me, right?
Yes.
Barcelona or Real Madrid, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so next question.
Ateneo o Lasal?
Ateneo or Lasal? Lasal.
Oh,
Yun.
yun.
May puntos.
Messi or Ronaldo? Messi or Ronaldo? Who's the number one for you?
Actually, kung ano ko sila, hindi sila number one. But anyway, just for the sake of answering, yeah, I'll take Messi.
Coach Aris, 2-2 na. 2-2 na.
Oo.
2 for Ronaldo, 2 for Messi. Alright? Ayan.
Ito, lugar naman tayo. Baguio City o Boracay?
Siyempre, what do you think? Boracay.
Yun.
You know why? No,
Oo.
hindi natin because malapit dito sa amin.
Oo, malapit
You know,
yun.
malapit na.
Yes.
But don't worry, coach, punta kita dyan pag mais na.
Oo.
Sige, Coach Noel, naggaling kami ni Coach Aris doon noong January sa
Saan?
Yes.
Boracay. After namin magturo doon sa Aklan, sa mga DepEd teachers, syempre medyo stress kami ng konti para medyo mag-relax ng konti.
You know why your trip is not complete? You know why your trip is not complete?
Why?
You haven't been to Barotac, Nuevo.
Iyon. Kaso Coach, medyo mabilis na yan. Medyo
No. There's no if in but.
Next question. Ito, Coach, mapapaisip ka. You have to be careful with your answer. Guam or Iloilo?
What? That's a very easy question, Mike. Come on, Coach Mike. I mean, of course, Iloilo. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, I'm just kidding. Iloilo, of course.
Yes, yes.
Yun.
Because, I miss Guam. I have a lot of
Oh,
friends. Guam gave me the opportunity to coach the Guam national team. But, since your question, I would pick Iloilo. But, they're open-minded, so they will understand why. My family is here, so my friends are here, and that's it.
Okay. Coach Aris, ihabol lang natin to na merong magandang question dito si Joel Valencia. Okay, so
Oh, si Joel Valenza, sir.
from
Teacher ng West yan.
yeah, so sa mga nanonood ngayon no, sa Coach Mike TV, sabi ni Coach Joel, question, when was the last time we had a national convention of FAs to gather together in one event and share each other's program in their specific region and come up with one collaborated program?
I think I was not here. I could not answer that, Coach Joel. When was the last time we have a national coaches convention, right? And unfortunately, I am not aware of that. I don't know.
ito na
I
yun.
think I was not.
I think we are already doing the objective of that question, ha? Pero to answer, kasi yung mga
when was that?
banat,
Because he's asking me the date, and when was that? I don't have a recollection at all.
Yeah.
yes. Pero we did the coaching convention last year.
Last year,
We have guests. Yeah. We have speakers from outside eh. We have guests coming from Japan, coming from other countries. So maybe that's a take off. They tried to share to all the coaches who joined, who participated, ano? And then there was a plan to have another convention, pero hindi siya natuloy nung with all the guests. Parang yung direction is ganyan eh.
this year dapat meron.
Oh, this year dapat yun. So good question. At the same time, yun dapat all the areas, like si Coach Noel nga, shinare niya yung observation niya, yung program. So this time i-localize sana natin. Let's say ako sa North, yung mga best practices na ginagawa ko, it might not be also applicable sa iba. So parang meron sanang ganun like yung sabi ko nga kanina, gusto natin lahat ng barangay maging Barotac, 'di ba? Lahat sana. So yung point doon, maganda 'yon, yung meron sana tayong Pero ngayon na ginagawa na natin, Coach Mike eh.
Coach Noel, Coach Aris, ang kinorek ni Coach Joel Valencia, no? Ang sabi niya Coach Noel, not coaches. He was pertaining to Football Association of Regions.
Like I said, I don't have the recollection. Coach Joel, I don't know. I don't know because he's asking me when was that. So he's referring to the date.
Yes.
And I'm not aware of that, right?
I think
at the same
Coach
I don't know.
I think Coach Aris, Coach Noel, if I'm not mistaken also, he's talking about the FAs no? Tapos pag-uusapan yung buong program of the Philippine football. I don't know.
Okay. So for that alone, right? Like Coach Aris mentioned, they had the convention, right? Just recently, or like when was that? 2 years ago?
Last year.
I don't know. Last year. But do you think,
2 years ago,
I would ask you, do you think convention would be the answer for that? For the development of football, do you think convention?
Coach Noel, Coach Aris, I will just answer Coach Joel. Siguro nagigets ko yung sinasabi ni Coach Joel, ni Sir Joel, like the FA presidents and officers. I think yung program per se, I think is program for the whole Philippine. I think the directive of the technical department, Sir Joel, to establish what will be the program for the whole Philippines. That's why the persons that will be attending those conference might be those coaches Like for example, for the grassroots program, nandiyan yung GDOs, they will be the representative for the FAs, and then they will be able to represent yung regions sila para malaman kung ano yung program for the grassroots. And then for the youth category, nandiyan din yung mga youth coaches that will be sent by the federation or the region FAs to seminars that we have in Manila, like what we attended before, Coach Aris, right? Yung about elite coaches. So I think for Sir Joel, I think yung program na in-establish for the full Philippine football will be about the coaches assigned by these FA presidents. Kasi I think yung mga FA presidents will be in charge of the administrative, no? So may mga assigned silang mga coaches wherein yun yung mga in charge.
Pero Coach Mike, si Coach Noel, hayaan natin siyang in our own capacity siguro, itapon na natin dito. 'Di ba? Yung opinion natin kasi kung ituturo na naman natin sila, yung mga nakaupo or yung mga officers, yung level of awareness ng mga I think mas mabilis dito eh. Mas mag-grasp ng mga coaches, mas marami tayong matatap dito. So Coach Noel, go. Punta tayo doon. Conference ba talaga?
Hindi nga i-clarify natin yung question ni Coach Joel regarding the FA. So it was not really a clear cut to me kung anong gusto niyang parating, but na-mention ni Coach Mike na ganun nga.
Well,
so siguro PFF as the umbrella, right?
Coach Joel, ipasok ko lang. Sumagot na si Coach Joel para maano na. Ang sabi niya, exactly Coach Mike. So sumagot siya, okay na yung in-explain ko.
Okay, so ganun nga yun. So ganun nga yan. So meaning, we have a program mandated from our own federation, right, from the PFF itself, and then it will trickle down to regional FAs, right? And then I'm not really fully aware kasi ngayon lang ako dito uli na natambay, so hindi pa masyado alam mo yung in and out kung ano yung ng PFF or as far as the development program. So anyway. So it will trickle down to different FAs. So different FAs, they were assigned, may mga GDO sila, am I right? May grassroots development officer. So sila yung mag-in charge in terms of the development of youth in a particular age group. So with the girls football as well, di ba? Tama? So yun yung ganun. So siguro yung after that, dyan papasok yung mga coaches natin to magkaroon ng talent ID, talent identification, kung sino ba talaga yung capable na magiging part ng or maging member ng national team or a training team for that particular age group. So, tama ba yung Coach Joel? Maliwanagan. So, I'm sure that's one way na ma-reach out natin yung mga malalayo na lugar na hindi pa masyado narating ang football. So, yun ang purpose ng mga GDO natin, na pupuntahan yung mga lugar na hindi pa masyado naabot ng football development.
Yun. So at least nakuha natin, na i-share natin So at least Coach Noel, galing mismo rin sa experience mo, and yun nga yung sinabi ko na parang itong ginagawa nating kamustahan, it's even like course, it's even more than a course, coaching course. Kasi talagang meron tayong time makinig tapos mag-share na 'di ba? Pag coaching courses minsan hindi ka makapag-express Hindi ka makapag-raise ng kamay minsan kasi yung
limited
yung environment. Pero dito talagang yung tanungan dito anywhere.
Pwede mo na may share, kumbaga.
Bakit Coach Aris hindi? Coach Aris hindi ka maka-raise ng kamay? Ngayon, okay lang? Hindi naman ako nangangagat I don't bite.
No, I mean during courses, di ba?
Yeah.
I've been to lots of courses kasi, syempre, there's pressure. Minsan, careful ka sa sasabihin mo kasi baka ma-offend mo yung instructor or yung classmate mo, yung mga ganun. Pero ang ano dito, parang mas okay itong ginagawa natin na ano eh. Kasi
Yes. Coach Aris, why would you offend them? Are you running for a seat? Are you running for an office that you're not scared you're gonna offend them? I don't think so. This is
yun,
nothing
yung
personal,
ano.
right? You're not
Yes,
running
yes.
for office. You know, when I was, we're in the same course. I asked when I feel like saying, it's like that. So this is football. You cannot say, if your player made a bad pass, you cannot let it go. A bad pass is a bad pass. Simple as that. You need to correct it on the spot. So do not
Yes.
sugarcoat. It's okay because he's not, feeling well because maybe no way. Pull him out. If, just like that. You cannot. Yeah. That's the reason why when sometimes we play favoritism with our players as coaches. That would happen. And take note, our players also read your mind. They're also smart. The players are also smart.
True,
If
true,
you
Yes,
think,
yes.
yeah, players also smart.
true.
And the more you lie to them, the more they will put you in their pocket because they knew too. So it's better to be honest with them, Like, you would say like, oh, nice shot. And the shot was like a mile away from the goal. What is that? Is that a nice shot? Come on. And then if there's a bird flying there, on top of the goal, and then the poor bird will gonna get hit because it's a way of target. And then the coach would say, "Nice shot, buddy." Right?
Oh.
Coach Aris,
Is that a good way of motivation? I don't know.
Coach
Oh,
Aris,
nasa last 2 questions na tayo pero
no?
banggitin ko lang tong mga humabol sa ARIS TV. Sabi
Sige.
ni Coach John Carmona, pa-hi kay Coach Noel. Sabi ni
Hi,
Coach,
Coach Jan.
susunod yan, next nakapila yan eh. Si Coach Maur Rosen, na-meet mo ba? Guest namin last week.
Oh, no, I haven't met him.
Pero
Personally.
he coached
I haven't met
here,
Coach Mar.
13 years siya dito eh. Nag-coach. So, my regards to all of you. Stay safe, sabi niya. Si Coach Joe Cax Villarino, shout out mo ko kay Coach Noel, sabi niya. Tapos si Coach Jermaine Del Valle, kasama ko sa AFC, Ateneo to. Sabi niya, politics, that's so sad. Si Chris Monfort lang ang nag-align ng lahat. Sabi niya. And then, si Coach Elmer Bedia, sabi niya, watching down under.
Yun!
Alright, Kislaknet. Alright, si Lodi.
Ang second to the last question, ito na yun.
Dito, meron sa kabila.
Meron pa.
Sa kabila. Sa Coach Mike TV naman, nandito si Ace Mangohig. Coach Noel. Nasa Cebu to ngayon, si Coach Ace, na nanonood sa atin. Tapos, ayan, patuloy na nag-comment si Coach Joel Valencia. Yes, Coach Noel, bata. Tapos,
Thank you, Joe.
Nandiyan si Manoy Adolfo, nanonood din. Tapos, si Gerard Pornan.
Okay.
Tapos, meron nabanggit si Coach Joel, I pray PFF comes up a national convention of FAs and share and collaborate to come up with national program exactly the same as this that you are sharing. Exactly the same that you are sharing. Exactly the same as what you're sharing right now. And remember me from Philchay Falcons. Hello, Coach Joel. Siguro hindi ko na pag-realize, nagkasama pala tayo sa Philchay Falcons. So, nanonood na humahabol, no, Coach? Sa'yo. Marami sila. So, Coach Aris, ibato ko na yung, ako naman yung kay Ginny.
Sige, ikaw na.
Okay. Coach Noel, I know it is not a reality na magkaroon ng wish talaga ng ganito. But I know that our Lord, I know may possibility na magkaroon ng chance. Pag si Ginny nabigyan ka ng isang chance, Coach Noel, na mag-wish, ano yun at bakit? Isa lang.
It has nothing to do with football.
Kahit ano, coach. Pwede football,
No,
pwede
no.
sa buhay.
Wish ko lang na mawala tong pandemic with the flick of the finger. That's my wish. Para matuloy na we can play football, we can do the same as, rain or shine, naglalaro tayo, nagkakus kayo, or lahat happy. So, pag wala ng virus, walang pandemic, even though it will not be the same again, but I think wala na tayong kakabahan. Hindi na tayo kakabahan.
Yun.
Nice. Actually,
Talagang,
majority, Coach Aris, majority ng mga nagigest namin dito sa Football Life, yan talaga yung request, Actually, lahat naman halos, pero talagang we are really affected of this pandemic, I mean, na-agree ako dun sa sinabi mo kanina na you feel sorry for all those coaches, Actually, isa ako doon, Coach Noel, na walang work right now, we don't have this livelihood to support our family, but we are still doing this because we wanted to share our knowledge. We wanted to touch those people out there having this stress, Coach Noel, Coach Aris, yung stress na wala ka ng work, tapos alam mo yon na feel mo tong virus, tapos yung negativity outside. So, kaya namin ginawa ito ni Coach Aris is to tap our football community and these people around us, the players as well, na we are here together in this time of crisis.
Yeah.
So,
Yun.
Amen.
And even ganito, maybe tignan na lang natin siya na challenge for us. So that parang reminder, reflection siguro, di ba? Anyway, ang huling tanong,
yun.
ang common question namin, pero may humabol dito, yung classmate natin, si Coach Eliazar Toledo.
Yun.
Coach,
Coach,
sabi niya,
in-advertise
yung danggit,
yung danggit.
Yung danggit.
Ang sabi niya, stay safe, more power to all. Kunin natin yung gloves ni Thanos, Coach Noel, para maklik. Sabi niya, ewan ko, alam mo siguro to.
Yung pag-click na gano'n,
oo nga,
Ganun.
Ano ba yan? Hindi ko na gets pala yun. Avengers. Na endgame pala yan eh.
Yes, endgame.
Oo. Tapos, Coach Jermaine Del Valle, Coach Aris, thanks for this. Coach Joel, pa-line up naman, idol ko. Naka-line up na si Coach Elmer Bedia. Actually, lahat ng coaches na hindi pa naka-line up, walang magtatago. Yung iba, nag-iisip ng rason, wala daw wifi. Hindi rason yun, ha? Madali lang. So, wag kayong So, ang daming humabol. Anyway, may replay ito sa Coach Mike TV and Aris TV. Pwede nyong panoorin kasi ang daming tips, ang daming shinare ni Coach Noel. So, Coach Noel, ito yung final question. Ano ang football sa'yo? What is football for you? That's the question.
Parang pare-pareho yun. Kung anong football sa inyo, same din.
English mo na lang kasi.
Actually, it may sound corny. But here, for me, football, for me, is life. Football is a sort of a religion for me. So, we live and die of football because in as much, you want to stop playing in one way or form, you're still into football. That you cannot run away from it or you cannot hide away from it. I don't want to go to the field. I don't want to. But then again, you would ask your friends, so who won? So you cannot disassociate or detach yourself from football. That is part of your life already. It's already innate in you that football is with you. Whatever you'll be like 71, 70, whatever, age is still with you. Because you cannot run away from it because that's you. That makes you who you are. Because football for me is, it helps me to go travel places, where I've never dreamed of. I've met a lot of people that I never dreamed of. Right? I've been to area that, you know, nobody speaks English, but you can communicate by playing football. You gain a lot of friends in football, or maybe also enemies. But you know, that's part of, you know, of challenge, and this, I think, is the balance of nature. So to make it short, football for me is life, and that is
Football.
is life. Yeah, it sounds corny, but you know, that's how I am.
Coach Aris,
Yes.
very well said, Coach Noel. So, meron kaming isa pang game, no? Pinaka-last game namin na ibibigay sa'yo. Mag-show kami ng picture. Tapos, i-describe mo lang, Coach, ng mabilis lang, ha? As in, very, very quick lang. Kung ano yung meron sa picture na yun at ano yung nangyari doon sa picture.
Sure. Yes.
Yan, Coach.
Oh, that's
Yun.
my UPLB football team. That's my intercenter team. This is in Talamban in Cebu.
Okay.
Saan ka dyan, coach?
This, tingnan mo dyan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Standing from your left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, galing. Actually, parang
No.
sa baba.
Wait, no, that's not me. Wait.
Magkakamukha.
Sitting. Sorry, that's not. Right. Second, sitting from the right. That's
Oh.
Efrodizon, that's me, that's Rex Aclaracion. This is Moloy, this is Badong Braganza, the late Mario Bayona, Waldi, Magtoto.
Yun,
This
si
is on
Coach
the left, standing, Mari Mindizona, our coach Edward Magallona, Titing Gautani, si Louie, this is Spike Braga, Ariel Bidek, Nonong Belmonte, the late Nonong Belmonte, played in the Air Force, and Ira Krausing is based in California now.
Oh.
Okay, good. Ito, Coach, next.
Ang talas ng pag-iisip, ah.
Oh shoot, this is 1981. Now this is in the bus on our way to the game. Yeah, at the back, Coach Rabilo Saloria. That's Ray Saloria. Ariel Bidek. Shoot, this is me. That's me. This is Romel Aribalo. Aldo Bensa. Waldi Magtoto and Jesus Rene Baron. And this is Chong Pendevilla.
Grabe yung
Domenico's brother.
Grabe yung memory ni Coach Noel, no? Ito,
Talas
Coach.
niya, eh.
Oh, where did you get this? All this Mickey Mouse photos, man. This was taken in the house of Coach Nonoy. In Project 2, in Scout Limbaga. This is Wick, yeah, Hill Talavera. This is Edwin Bronda, Hill Talavera. This is the late Francisco Icot Bracamonte.
Oy. Parang nagti-TikTok kayo dyan, coach, ah.
TikTok lang. May TikTok na before, ha?
May TikTok ata noon, ah.
Ito, Coach.
Wala. Oh shoot, this is my Mickey Mouse team in Guam. This is when we have the governor of Guam visited our training session. So this is my big blue team. So then this is Governor Eddie Calvo, the governor of Guam at that time. So this is my big blue senior team.
Wow.
Yan.
Uy.
This is our visit in the office of Honorable Mayor Melina Requinto in Estancia. So this is the SB Requinto, that's me, the mayor, and my colleague, CEO of Transit X Philippines.
Yan,
Wow, this is our team in, what is this?
Tayo yan, eh.
Ayan, Coach.
Yeah, I know, because this is this is the article published in, I think in UAE by our instructor. He sent it to us like this, but right?
Yes,
This
yes.
is an article published in UAE, but unfortunately I don't read Arabic. So I don't. But I know, this is us.
Okay, coach. Nice
And
one.
that's Mike, and that's Coach Mike talking right now.
Mickey Mouse Mike.
Coach Mickey Mouse. May umabol si Mickey Mouse. Apuesto bueno. Umabol.
Oh, si
Yun.
Ayan,
Si Coach A, umabol. Ayan, idol. Tapos,
Idol, yung...
nagsabi din si Coach Randy Belaong. Nice one, Coach Aris, Coach Mike, Coach Noel. Lodi talaga, go for PFF. God bless mga Lodi. See ya. Tapos, nabanggit ni Coach Joel Valencia, Coach Bata, part of the legendary Flying Tomasians.
Yes.
House. Because of the signature goals of Coach Bata, NOEL CASILAO. Diving headers. Grabe. Diving headers, ha?
Those were the days.
Yes.
Those were the days.
So, yung pala yung isa sa mga asset mo, Coach, ha? Diving headers, ha?
Yeah, like I said, in
bicycle.
1988, I got like 3 stitches. My head. They're fine. Done.
Yan.
Tapang.
Coach, before we end, maybe you can have those final words with this, with all your fans, your friends, your colleagues, those who support you all the way in Barotac and GUAM, your classmates, your tropa, your katoko, ka-footballer, kainuman, lahat. Batiin mo, Noel.
No, of course, batiin na lahat kasi kung minsan hindi mo mabati yung iba, nagtatampo. But anyway, of course, I'm very grateful. It's an honor for me for inviting me here, you, Coach Mike, and Coach Aris. And those who are my friends also in the football community, the coaches, the upcoming coaches. And I just want to share with some thoughts for those coaches who wants to coach, okay? Because I believe if they believe that, coaches would earn a lot of money in the Philippine setting, sorry, if our idea or intention is to earn money in coaching in the Philippines, it's a no. Refrain yourself from coaching because it's more of a vocation helping kids out there than earning money. Kaya nga, mas marami pa tayong iabono sa players natin than earning money. And another tip, coaches, it's hard to have a girlfriend.
Oh.
Yes. So, kung mag-coach ka, most likely wala kang girlfriend. Why are you smiling, Coach Mike? No, just jokingly, just joking, Yeah, of course. It's fun, like, we're living in a football community and your coach, your administrator, or your president could not do it alone. We need to do it together, like in a team. You want to score a goal and you're a striker, yeah, good luck. You cannot just do it alone. Kick the ball to you and then you do it by yourself. It's always, that's why it's a team effort. Everybody should be playing as what the coach wants them to be. In as much in any organization, same thing. We need a reform. So, Sir Nonong Araneta and the rest of the people in the federation, they are doing their best, to improve, to develop football in the Philippines. But, politics is always there, But then again, what? People in a position, and if you're not in the position, let's come together, join hands. In the same token, we also want to see the level of the Philippine football improves, right? So let's join hands. As a coach, be a coach. Do what you're supposed to do as a coach. As a player, follow what the coach wants you to do. Improve, go out on your way, and listen to the coach. As a parent, don't coach. Be a good parent to your football player, or whether it's a girl or a boy. Just be a good parent to them. Be supported to them, and leave the coaching to the coaches. And as spectator, do not criticize the players. If they made a mistake, encourage them. Encourage them. Be good to them. Because, you know, you yourself, you're just watching their errors or something. Encourage them to improve whatever the weaknesses you have seen to them. And that's it. That's how the only way that everybody should take part and to do their share in order to live and to see the fruit of our labor as coaches, as a spectator, as a parent, as an organization. Right? There's always a saying, you know, it will take a village to raise a child. We cannot do it. It's the whole community would help him. Not only like, oh, you missed a goal, you missed a penalty shot. Everybody will start criticizing that somebody. Instead of developing that somebody, trust me, next time, he will quit playing football. Why? Because of the community. Antagonized community, but a supportive community would develop a good citizen as well. And, you know, as coaches, that is the best instrument wherein we can help the kid to develop his full potential. And that's what we're doing in the foundation here in Barotac, in all the clubs and the teams. Because we try to bring them out of Barotac level to improve the status in life someday. And we have players right now, like the Chifi, like Elmer Bidia, he's in Australia now. Bilandres, Mark Ornan, they are in UAE. These are the football players. And, you know, we're trying to give these kids an eye-opener that you cannot just live here in Barotac alone. Use your skill. Make it as a, you know, as a one-way ticket to something else, better, to help and improve your life someday.
Grabe.
Yun.
Grabe. Yun.
Parang ano, ako na mag-sum up, Coach Mike. Grabe. So,
ako na mag-sum up.
Parang nag-conference na tayo eh.
Oh, i-sum up ko na yung sinabi ni Coach Noel, no? Tapos dagdagan mo na lang Coach Aris. Actually,
bilisan mo ah.
Bibilisan ko na, no? Bibilisan natin. Yung nabanggit ni Coach Noel, no, is very particular when it comes to the attitude, no? I mean, the players itself, tapos yung kultura pagdating sa football, no, malaki talaga yung bagay may gagawa doon sa mga players na di-develop nila. Specifically, no, yung sinishare ni Coach Noel doon sa area nila sa Barotac, Nuevo, it's very important na in-emphasize ni Coach Noel yung meron silang pupuntahan after playing football. No? I mean, you started to create your life with football and then you get something out of football. No? Yun yung isa sa mga naririnig ko na napakalaking bagay pagdating dun sa ine-emphasize si Coach Noel. Pagdating, tapos yung nalaman ko kanina, yung approach pagdating sa babae, sa pagko-coach ng babae, isa rin siya na kailangan nating tandaan. No? Kasi yung sa mga lalaki, nakikita maraming beses tayo nakakarinig ng tips no? Coach Aris, ngayon nakarinig tayo ng tips coming from a male coach how to manage a female team. Eh, narinig natin kay Coach Noel.
Yun. Pero ngayon naman, they are making parang guideline na female team, female coach na yung yung sa atin ginagawa naman natin sa national team program natin. So for me naman, gusto kong, although na-mention mo na, ang nagustuhan ko sa sharing ni Coach Noel, yung yun nga, regarding sa organization, regarding sa PFF for example, di ba? Kahit sino naman nakaupo diyan Huwag nating sisihin, huwag nating kasi they're doing their part. Tayo bilang mga coaches, players, yung tanong niya, anong gagawin mo? What will you do? So, tayo yung magsisimula actually diyan Yep. Yung hindi kasi tayo football country, so ako, anong gagawin ko? So, I have to do something. Yung passion ko, dapat i-promote ko. Di ba?
Yes.
Yun yung nagustuhan ko. Aside from yung, actually, ang dami. Yung maganda rito, Coach Noel, may reference na naman kami. Pag mag-conduct kami ng basic coaching, yung video na to, ipi-play lang namin. Kaya thank you. Maraming salamat
Thank you.
in behalf of Coach Mike TV and Aris TV. At least nadagdagan na naman ang content namin for football life para sa mga coaches and mga bata. Okay? So yung mga hindi nakahabol, although may mga late na pumasok, may replay naman tayo sa YouTube channel namin ni Coach Mike. Okay? So okay na ba, Coach Mike?
Okay, so again, for all the viewers out there, we thank you very much for staying with us.
Kakanta daw si Coach, pakakantahin ba?
As usual, we are trying to have the time on this amount of time, pero talagang sa sarap ng kwentuhan at saka sa mga questions ninyo na magaganda na napapaunlakan tayo ni Coach Noel, no? Magaganda pa yung mga feedbacks galing sa kanya na we really emulate, saka talagang ina-absorb natin, no? Ninanamdam natin yung wisdom na nakukuha natin dito sa veteran coach from
Yes.
no? Kasi yung experience niya coaching from Philippines and then going to GUAM, iba yun eh. Alam mo yun? Tapos nagko-coach siya ng lalaki, nagko-coach ng babae, no? Iba yung sabi nga niya, lion, no? Lion, no? Tigre, tapos biglang lamb, di ba? So
Grabe
Yeah.
yung mga
pagbalanse,
That's
no?
the challenge.
Coaching is
pang instructor yung mga niya eh.
a way of balancing things, no? It's very important what we learned from Coach Noel. So, again, with me, Coach Aris, in behalf of us here, we would like to thank you again, Coach Noel, for giving us this time. No, alam ko, medyo hectic ka, marami kang pinagkakabalahan. Maraming natutunan ang football community sa buong Pilipinas, no? Actually, we were happy also because there are people watching us all over the world na. No? Meron na sa Australia, nandiyan na yung sa UK, nanonood din sila, meron na sa US. So ito na natatap na natin yung mga tao, mga Pilipino especially, no, na nagbibigay pa rin ng mga advice pagdating sa football. So in football life, continue to support us. We are happy to share, and we are happy to tap those people in our area, no, to share ano yung pwede pa nilang i-share para makatulong sa Philippine football. Yun lang naman yung objective natin, Coach.
Yes.
No?
Meron din nanonood sa New York.
Oh, meron din sa New York. So marami.
New York, Cubao.
So, just play our commercial and then we're done. Thank you very much, Coach Noel.
Coach
Okay,
Noel,
thank you.
keep safe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Medyo dinugo ako dun eh. Buti na lang hindi nalaglag yung
Ayan. So, guys, thank you very much sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Sa lahat na sumusuporta sa Football Life, sa mga partners namin, nandyan yung Decathlon Alabang. Thank you, Sir Nicolay. So, very affordable product. Pag gusto niyo bumili ng mga football equipments, bola, markers, cones, just look for Nicolay sa Decathlon Alabang or message me para maibigay ko yung number niya sa inyo. Nandiyan din yung Ludis Peanut Butter, very affordable product, at saka sobrang sarap. So, pwede nyo rin tignan sa groceries. Nandiyan din yung Mountain Arrow na para sa mga nagma-mountain climbing, meron silang magandang quality ng slippers. Nandiyan din yung Mr. Crown para sa pomade. Yan. So, ang mga sumusuporta sa Football Live. Again, thank you very much. Football Live.